Hello everybody, how are you doing? It's alright. I have some fantastic news. This behind me now belongs to Newcastle United. Yes, hello everyone, hope you're doing well. I thought I'd pop out because they're literally just next to me. I've seen this being the builders in here but during COVID, thinking what's going to happen, because we know that Mike actually sold this piece of land to, I think it was his son-in-law's business, and he sold it on, I think it's something along those lines anyway, for something like £9 million, which have got a lot of Newcastle fans, including myself, because I feel quite passionate about the surrounding area of St James's Park, that, you know, especially with the extension of the Gallowgate, which I'll come on to in a minute. But I'm going to be walking around, you'll see clips of me walking around where the club have bought the land back, and this is according to Craig Hope. He says he has an exclusive on here as well. A couple of people that I have seen personally who've said that on their stadium tour, they've also been told that the club bought the land or were planning to buy the land back in January last month. Now, Chianora, who's the local MP for Newcastle, is behind the expansion of Newcastle needing to develop in the future. Of course, there was a hearing, a court case very recently about the land because the public's money was not going to be put into this. I think it was around about £3 million, roughly off the top of my head. I don't know the full ins and outs of that hearing / court case, but however, Craig Hope has an exclusive, and he says that the owners have bought this land and the car park behind me here as well. So it's fantastic news for a couple of reasons, because we know all of this was going to be built up into high-rise buildings for, yes, it'll bring money into the city, so that's a benefit for the city, not so much the club, but there'll be bars, student flats. Now, there's plenty of students in Newcastle. You've got Northumbria, you've got Newcastle. Just behind me over here, these are student accommodations. Just around the corner as well, you've got student accommodations. There's plenty. I don't feel the city needs any more. I might be wrong on the demand on that, I don't know. But those were going to go up. There was going to be businesses around this area, office blocks, etc., and a few posh flats. But look, this is fantastic news, because if we have this land, Craig Hope in his article, the link in the description for that, by the way, says that this will be used as a fan zone. This is something also I've wanted for Newcastle. Newcastle fans are a little bit hit and miss. I'm all for fan zones because it brings the interaction closer to the club, and it also helps younger kids fall in love with the Magpies. Even if they're not at the game, they can come down and be part of at least pre-match where there's fan zones and what have you, and, you know, kickabouts and five-a-sides and what have you. So this is going to be an area where it could potentially be a fan zone, and I think it'll be a fantastic meeting spot. I've been in Manchester City a few times, see how they do it. They do it the best for me, by a shadow of a doubt. There's a couple of other clubs who do it. Palace have a small one, so it can happen. It doesn't have to be all Americanized. Look, it doesn't have to go doing that route. Not saying let's turn in America, because I went to the New York Red Bulls and that was fantastic as well. But we don't have to do what the Americans do. We can do our own. We've got a different culture. We've got a different breed. So it's a different setup, and I think we can work it. And I'm excited, and I hope that this story is 100% true. No official word of the club as of yet, but look, if this is bought by the club, it's exciting, because I want to talk about what you can see behind us now is the Gallowgate. So the demand, as we all know, of tickets right now, especially with the way Eddie Howe's got his side playing in the club final ticket. I'm lucky I was at period 1, so was Johnny. We got our tickets straight away, and the rest of the lads are starting to get their tickets now, and the rest of everybody else in the fan base. And the demand for tickets, even on a match day here, is massive. It is huge. So look, everybody wants to be involved. Yes, there's some cynics out there. Where were you before Newcastle were good? That's just people who are cynics. But if you love the club and you want to see the club, it's hard to get a ticket if you're not a season ticket holder. Even there's a couple of people on our team who are just members. There's another person on our team who just can't get any games at all. So it's difficult to get Newcastle games. So I can understand the frustration, 100%. So the idea, if we have this land, of course, is to eventually extend the Gallowgate, which is what a lot of people want. Maybe pull that out a little bit and make it up to 60,000 seat capacity. Who knows? The only issue that I think that we might have is with the RVI, because the ambulances use the road next to the Gallowgate. The ambulance, look, the council are going to fight tooth and nail for that. Of course they are. So how do you get around that? Because do you need it? For me personally, people let us know in the comments below what your suggestion is. But for me personally, if you have to keep that road there, which, look, we all love football, we're all nuts obsessed. I can't escape St James's Park. I see it literally nearly every day. Safety has to come first, and unfortunately, as much as I love football, the hospital has to come first in this situation. We come second, because the health and safety of a human being is far more important than 52,000. So if there's a way around that, I think that's the only problem that we may have. But can you dig a tunnel underneath? Can you have a tunnel going underneath for traffic? I think that might be an idea. It could be an idea as well. I might be wrong, I might be thinking out loud, or the logistics aren't there. Look, I'm not an expert, I'm just giving you my opinion on it, but we could extend it. We could extend the Gallowgate, pull that out, because if this land is sold on, which we're very, very close to doing, this land behind us sold on, we wouldn't have been, well, I wouldn't say we wouldn't have been able to, it would have been more difficult, because on the east stand, you've got listed buildings, so you can't even do it there. People have talked about rotating the stadium. People have talked about even moving away. Personally, I don't want to move away. It's the heart and soul of the city centre. It's what we are. It's what Geordie's. It's home. It's city centre. It's what we present. It's our symbol. It's our home. Everything that stands. St James's Park in the city centre for me just cannot change. But it's fantastic news, everybody. It's fantastic news. Exclusive by Craig Hope. Not many times I do a speculation video, but this time I thoroughly believe it. I thoroughly believe it as well. Great news, isn't it? It's fantastic news. Just waiting for official confirmation from the club. But yeah, drop us a like, everybody. Leave us your comments. Ta-da.